Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are getting ready to embark on our first non-beta war. This is going to be exciting because the Grim Ones are out of beta and we are ready for production. Well, we're not exactly ready. We do need to get positioned here. So let's jump drive over to here, and I think I want to invade this up here with 2 total units. Where are our armies located at? They're located here? Okay, we'll group these together, and we'll select just these lads, and we'll bring them over to Void Pool. Actually, we're going to have them stop and group up for right now. Come on in, buddy. There we go. Excellent. And now we're going to jump drive them to Void Pool. Fantastic. And once there, we're going to pick up our warforms here. There we go. We'll group those together. And Transport Fleet 10 will, of course, be the ones to head up over this direction.
A study has been completed.
Wonderful. Okay, there's our shield hit points ready to go. Let's grab this one next. It's the cheapest. That'll be fine. And let's minimize our starbases and shipyards for now. They're not relevant to what we're doing currently. These guys are kind of just holding the line over here. I'm not sure how important it is that they're over here, but I suppose we could be attacked via this avenue, so I think we should probably have a fleet in defense of this area. Similarly, there is this area up here that we could theoretically be attacked through. I think it's pretty unlikely that we get attacked up here, though, because there's no transference over here. So they'd have to come around all the way through here is the only way to get up into this little arm up this way, other than this region. So I think it's pretty unlikely that we're going to get here. That said, we're building a gateway in this region, so that should be okay. The 3rd Combat Fleet is currently holding the L Gate, and that is 100% okay. These guys are just heading into, or out of our gateway, actually. Rude. That's okay. We'll allow it for now. I mean, they can use our gateway while we're at peace, but once we're at war, that'll no longer be a thing. We could theoretically be attacked at Sinistra Station. We should get that upgrade-ing. It doesn't necessarily need to be upgrade-ed. That'll be fine. The 4th Combat Fleet is, of course, there. The 5th Combat Fleet is over here in Wodriax right now. This is a completely irrelevant place for it to be. We're just going to use our gateway network and get up to Porima real quick. And this is an absolutely fine place for this fleet to be. We are going to want to defend this. And, in fact, we're going to want to attack it, but after the Tree of Life Tranquility falls. That's the idea there. So, I think we're pretty good on that front. We do, however, need to increase our fleet size a little bit. Now, our fleet sizes are currently about correct in terms of the way that I set this up. I prefer to have it where it doubles like this every time. So, for example, if we were to take this up to 8 battleships, this now breaks it because we can't go to 16 cruisers. So, instead, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to take this up to 60 on corvettes. Yeah, corvettes and destroyers, they die quickly, but they keep fire off of our bigger ships and means that they don't die quickly, and we can build them super quick and super cheap. So, I'm just fine with it. We'll take this up to 30, and technically, we could go to 31. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I guess it'll do. 31, and then 60. I mean, technically, I would rather be at 30 and 62, I think. Yeah, I think so. So 62, there we go. The 5th Combat Fleet would then take that up to 62 as well. And 62. Fantastic. We'll hit that reinforce all fleet button. And look at how quickly these corvettes finish up. Literally 24 days to build a corvette. 48 days on a destroyer. That is why I don't replace all of our corvettes and destroyers, because they also are super effective at evasion tanking. At least the corvettes are. The destroyers are a bit more set up. If we go into our ship designer here, the destroyers are a bit more set up for damage. They still have almost a 50% evasion, though. Sure, they get one shot. That's a thing that they do, but only half the time. Whereas with corvettes, sure, they get one shot, but only 10% of the time. And any time that they're shooting at the corvettes, they're not shooting at our battleships and cruisers, which are really pushing out the damage. So that's the idea there. Excellent. We'll go ahead and unpause while we get into position here. And once we're in position, we will declare this. I have no qualms whatsoever about declaring this. If we declare this total war, the question is, will the Star Concord decide to go against us? To that end, I am going to upgrade this starport. That'll put us at our starbase cap, so we're not going to be defending this area other than here, which we could theoretically move somewhere else, but there's not a good strategic location for it over here, since I was planning on getting these, and apparently I must have forgotten to claim them or something. Actually, can we check our claims on these guys? We did claim these. Did I not have them occupied? I'm not sure why we didn't get them. Okay, I'd have to go back and check, but regardless, we didn't get them, and that means that I'm just going to use an active defense in this region, rather than a passive one. I mean, I'm kind of transitioning over to active defenses anyway, right? So that's a thing. That said, there is this location that we should absolutely consider. They could come in over this way. Okay. If they're going to do this, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to handle this. I would want another fleet because this is a two-pronged invasion up here. That said, once the Tree of Life Tranquility falls, that will free up 2 fleets, and that'll be a huge deal for us. So maybe we should prioritize having the second combat fleet come up over here. And then once they're there, they're kind of responsible for defending this whole constellation until the Tree of Life Tranquility falls, which should be extremely quickly.
A study has been completed.
In theory. Food from jobs, that's nice considering we're currently food negative still. I was expecting us to be food positive by now. Let's check in on our ring world over here. That should be... This is actually an agro world as well. Yeah, that's not exactly the best agro world I've ever seen. But what I'm really interested in is looking at this guy. Okay, the food processing centers are actually not done yet. Excellent. Now we're food positive. That's what I like to see. Good. Yes, we have some issues out here. That is definitely true. We could put in an advanced research lab. That'll be fine. But we can just go through this at basically any time. One of our admirals just died, though. The leader of the 1st combat fleet. And I don't think the 6th has a leader. Sublight speed is good. I don't think we care that much about ship upkeep right now. So we'll put this guy in, and the 6th. Do you guys have a fleet leader? No, they don't. So we should definitely get them one. Once again, sublight speed. We'll go for it. Okay, so the question becomes, at what point do we consider ourselves ready to declare this? My main concern right now is that we've got essentially 1 fleet allocated for the defense of this whole constellation, plus this whole line up here, with no effective way to move up there quickly other than jump drive. That said, we are building a station here, and we're building a gateway here, and we're building a gateway here. These are a long ways away. I want to declare this war, ideally before those are done. But in reality, I suppose we could move our Ether Hatchling, and we could also definitely move our Juggernaut. We could have our Juggernaut responsible for helping defend here along with the Ether Hatchling. I think that's okay. It'll take them some time to get into position, unless we want to jump drive them, I suppose. The Ether Hatchling, of course, doesn't have jump drives. The Submission of Purpose should really move up over this way. That is something that it should do. So we'll get that into position as well. Energy weapon attack speed, that's fine. We'll take it again. Okay, so the Colossus is currently here, and we can jump drive it up to here. Now, having it be a shipyard isn't a terrible thing here, because it's going to have a gateway right next to it very, very soon. Well, not very, very soon, but eventually. Eventually it'll have a gateway. And we're also going to be working on this station, of course. I think we'll grab the defense platform damage. Actually, kinetic weapon attack speed is better for us here. So we'll take that.
A study has been completed.
And food from jobs. We don't really... Well, we could still use some food from jobs, I suppose. We'll go for army health instead, though. Okay, so the question is, are we now in position? I believe we are. Having this fleet be responsible for defense of Corinth, Batrak, Ziober, and Mestros is not that big of a deal because of these two gateways. This fleet defending over here, this will not be a problem in the slightest. The fleet defending our L gate, that's of course to be expected. It's mostly here that I'm still a little bit concerned. Our Juggernaut is in position up here, of course. We could make a 7th fleet, but I'm a little concerned about our naval cap if we do. Because our naval cap is kind of outstripping. That said, we are not at our Titan cap. We could activate one of these, but I don't think it's too important. I suppose we could just take the Ether Drake Triumph for that happiness plus 10%. That's actually not terrible. We don't need the influence right now, so I think we'll do it. Excellent. Additional resources that we definitely need. 50% there and 93% there. Okay. If we declare this, we have to be prepared for potential issues on this front. That is the main concern. And this front is relatively close to the United Trading Pact. So I think they would take this. Or, well, they would try to take this. I think they would take this route and come up here. Absolutely do. I don't really think that they would push up this way just to push in like that. I don't think that's the kind of thing that the AI would really get too into. However, this gateway construction site over here, we can get that started. That'll be a few years before that is done, of course. And for now, we'll move our construction ship over to Parima, I think. Actually, we'll just jump drive it. There's no point in not jump driving it. Excellent. I am still concerned about this. At the very least, I think we want this gateway construction site done. And that will buy time for this station. Not a lot of time, but some time. But I want to get this war underway. I've been wanting to get this war underway for 100 years. And I'm not sure I can put it off too much longer. I don't think we care about any of these defenders. I'm wondering... Okay. It just sticks on the tooltip there. I was wondering why it was saying that we have 18 claims that we're trying to conquer with Total War, but no. No. That's not how Total War works at all. I think we're ready. I mean, as ready as we're going to be. I just want to check one last thing. Jump drive range. Can't quite reach this station. We can get to there. That's not bad for jump drive range. Okay. With that, I think I'm comfortable. Mostly. Total War?
We have declared war.
Okay. They're going to be pretty upset at us. We considered you friends, Grim Ones! Well, honestly, they should have seen this coming. They really should have seen this coming. We've not been particularly closed about our beliefs on that front. Okay, so there's no route for us to get there. We're going to have to take another day. What is happening over here? This is at terminal egress. This is not a problem. Okay. So there's our extra day tick, which means that we can now go in over here. Wonderful. We're going to attack over here as well. We're not going to attack on this front yet, or on this front, or over here, although I do see these lads currently on their way to Isval. They will die there. Excellent. I'm okay with this. Okay, this is a Total War CB, so it is, of course, time to do this. The question is, if we do our Colossus in a Total War scenario, do we get these or do we also have to land on them? I don't know. We're going to find out. That'll be interesting to see, for sure. So in we go. Fantastic. We really should have positioned at the jump point. That would have been more efficient. That's something I probably should have done. But I don't think overall we'll have too big of a problem here. So we can see they are looking to attack Zeober right now. So we're going to just pop these guys right on over through our gateway. Excellent. And this is going reasonably well. Our gateway is at 71% over here. Sounds good. And there you can see the wonders of Total War. We're going to push up to Formalhaut. And this station no longer needs to exist. Cannot downgrade stations that are engaged in combat. I feel like it's not, but it probably needs to start repairing. Yeah. I'm guessing it does. I don't want to be at 34 out of 33 right now. Okay, it has started repairing. Downgrade. Wonderful. So we're going to continue pushing up this direction. We're just looking to crush these guys super, super quickly. So we are going to bring in our Colossus and our army over here. The Colossus is going to begin work first on Abundance. And we'll Shine Divine. Oh, yeah, we can't queue those. That's right. We'll Shine Divine over here, and we will bring our army up behind. Excellent. So I want to check out this situation over here. They've definitely brought in a lot of ships over here, and they're bringing in more. So it looks like this is likely to be where we are going to have the bulk of the resistance at. Noted. Out of curiosity, we could jump drive this fleet over. That's a thing we could do. That is certainly a thing we could do. The other thing we can do, of course, is queue up a Titan. And I think I am comfortable with doing that right now. Yes, we are over our naval cap. Yes, that does hurt. But I want to get this Titan building at the very least for our 7th combat fleet. Excellent. So we are, of course, pushing up over here. And we should have this under control relatively soon. We see a reasonably strong fleet over there. These guys are not attacking us. We absolutely want to stay by our citadel here. And our defense platforms are maxed. So that's great. They're continuing to pile in fleets over here. That said, we could always, right before the battle, put in a bunch of edicts. Specifically, things like exotic gases for shield boost and volatile ammunition, volatile explosives, things like that. We should be doing... Yeah, we're doing reasonably fine on all of those exotic goods. Volatile reactive armor. So we'll be a little short on our volatile motes, for sure. I don't think we care about crystalline sensors. But focusing crystals, that we care about a little. Okay. The other thing, let's see, home territory fire rate, plus 40%. That's something I'm going to activate right now. This will happen in our home territory. So that gives us a pretty big boost there. Up to about 300k, thereabouts. A little lower, but that will still be good. This construction ship is currently chilling over here. And that's fine. Honestly, we're not going to need a gateway up this way. I'm pretty sure. Okay, these guys have moved down over this way, of course. That is expected. The real question is, when are these guys going to decide to attack? Because we'll probably want to reinforce this fleet. Okay. We're going to push up this way. These guys are probably coming over here, is my guess. Yeah, they are. The question is, what do we want to do about it? Answer? I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what we want to do about that. But if they're smart, they will group up their fleets over here. Although this fleet's going the wrong way. Okay. They may not be particularly smart. Okay, excellent. This fleet is ready to head up this direction. We're actually going to backtrack over here. I would love to eliminate this fleet if we can. Excellent. Now, as far as this goes over here, I definitely want to make believers out of them before we land troops every time. That's going to be our main slowing factor, right? But it also doesn't really matter. Because we'll be able to just take out their ships super quickly and make it so that they can't fight us. Like, we're almost to their capital here. That's the thing. Of course, there'll be some FTL inhibitions. But, that's okay. We don't really care. So, for example, like... Actually, this FTL inhibitor is not on any of their worlds. That's super convenient for us. That, of course, means that we can push in and hit their capital. Which I'm very happy to see. And we'll take this out. Excellent. Of course, they're eventually going to hit 100%. The question is... Yeah, we can't achieve war goals. We can only do a status quo or fully eliminate them. One or the other. And we're unlikely, I think, to fully eliminate them. These guys will finish up this orbit, or rather this attack here. Come on over. And then they can attack up here. We are, of course, hitting Tree Home here to cut off anybody coming this direction, and then we're going to head up this way with this fleet. They're still not looking at attacking us, which I do like to see. So that is pretty great. And yeah, this is what we expected over here.
A study has been completed.
So I'm interested in seeing what this does to armies. They're currently at 131 garrison strength. We're charging the weapon here, so it'll take a little while to fire. That's okay. Yeah, they're heading over this way. That's to be expected. Now that we've taken Tree Home, we're just going to push up this direction. Gateway construction site is ready. We will go ahead and queue that up. Otherwise, I will definitely forget to do so. There we go. Excellent. Okay, We have fired on these guys. Same strength. Okay. Noted. But we still want to do this every time. Mostly for RP reasons, right? It's not any gameplay reasons. But even so, that's fine. So we'll bring these guys over here, check in on this status over here. They still don't seem interested in attacking yet. I'm happy about that. And in between episodes, I'm going to go through and make sure our planets are good to go. I'm just not doing that while we're at war, so that we can focus a little bit more of this. Excellent. We will move these guys right on over here. This also gives time for our armies to regenerate, which isn't a terrible thing either. Okay, we're going to push up to here. Excellent. Are these guys going to make it out? Actually, they could theoretically lose to this station, but they're going to be definitely caught by our main fleet there. How are we doing on this station over here? We're doing completely fine. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish up the Tree of Life Tranquility and begin our work over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. If I can get these guys to go up here. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Excellent. Okay, another war going on. As I said, I will see you all next time.